is Sarah Phillips. I'm an artist who lives and works in the Shenandoah Valley, and this is my piece, Laundry. So this piece is really special to me, actually. It's a performance, mostly performance, and these are sort of the performance ephemera objects that I brought with me to install here as well. And so this is a work where I was really thinking about home and identity and sort of the things that get passed down to us specifically as a woman, but really in general too. And so this is a piece where I was washing these dresses, which were dresses that I found in my grandmother's house after she died. She had bagged them all up in these little individual Ziploc bags without explanation and just put them in the back. And we didn't even find them until 10 years after she passed, until her husband had died also. They were unlabeled. They were hers and her mother's, I believe. And my own mother is 9 inches taller than I am, and all of my grandmother's dresses that she left were from when she was about my age, in her 20s and 30s, and they all fit me perfectly. And so I kept them because I love them, and just started to think about the idea of legacy and that which we keep with us and other people's expectations. And what does it mean when someone gives you a piece of clothing, but specifically dresses, and for women, what does that look like? What does that mean in terms of their expectations for you, and how do you adapt your expectations for yourself to meet those or reject those, and just sort of the considering of what gets passed down. So this piece I started sort of as the result of, I was finishing some graduate work in Switzerland in March 2020, and I came back right as all of this started. And I couldn't leave my apartment. I didn't have a washer dryer in my little graduate student apartment. So I was like doing all of my own laundry by hand. And I had these dresses that were just sitting in my closet unwashed from when I'd found them in my grandmother's house for years. They were like dusty and musty, but I wanted to use them, and I was caught in this decision of whether to wash them and make them usable and wearable, or to leave them as objects on the shelf that were unwearable, I'm allergic to dust and stuff. And so this was sort of the ritual of me deciding to wash them, but I didn't have a procedure for how to do it safely, and no one could really tell me with the fabrics what wouldn't destroy them. But I had this soap for sensitive skin that I had to use when I was camping because it was safe for the environment. And so I decided to wash them while wearing them to make it a ritual of cleansing for the objects, sort of hearkening back to the baptism rituals and what our idea of cleanliness is, so that I could sort of experience the intimacy of the garment that was last worn by my grandmother and her own mother, while preparing it for its new life as my own textile. So I'm actually wearing one of them today too, so that's what this piece is. Yeah, so being included in Homeward Bound is really exciting to me. Virginia is where I'm from. It's where I grew up and where I live and work now. And I think we all have this really complicated relationship with the places that we're from. We have this love for them, and I love the Shenandoah Valley and the mountains, but also this need to go and leave. And I've been back and forth to Switzerland for school and some other places, but I always come back here to Virginia, and I just feel such a love for the land and the place and the people. And to be able to be included in an exhibition that sort of reflects the region and reflects the place that I love and I feel is so much of my identity, especially with this particular work, which is so tied to and about what identity means for us, is so exciting.